Hello everyone, welcome to Home Architect. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on your notification bells. In today's video, we're going to talk about the part 3 of how to use SketchUp. In today's video, we're going to make the windows and how to make the handrail for the balcony. If you didn't watch part 1 and part 2, make sure you watch them before you're going to watch this part, so you will not miss anything. So let's start. So the first thing we have to do is we have to pull the windows that I already drew some lines. So I believe they're in a block, as we remember we made them in a block before. So let's start. So the first things we're gonna build is the door. So how we're gonna do it, it's going to be pretty simple, but just drawing one line covering all of them and make the height of the door. So depends how you wanna make the height of your doors, depending on the design you're making. So I believe for the entrance I started to making 2 doors. It will be like 2 doors together, so that's why we're going to make the frame, and later on we will go in details. So let's go with as you can see, this is a sliding window. So for the sliding windows we have to make a balcony over here, but how you will be a balcony, it depends on how you're gonna design it. For example, I would like to have something like that. So let's, alright, then we will add some columns, but for now let's make the window over here. For example, 2.20, the height of our window. So if you confused like how I didn't even pick here, on the previous video I already talked about using shortcut is one of the best way to work faster for pull and push. You just make sure that you're giving, by just clicking P as a shortcut of pull and push, it will automatically give you the tool. So as you can see, our window looks perfect so far. Alright, let's go on the other side. So as you can see, we have also here some window. They are sliding doors, actually they are not windows, sorry. So let's give the heights, for example here. So once we are finished, I will go with details as well, so no worries about them. So once you draw a line, and it will completely cover by just clicking on the place that you wanted lit, and you just press delete and it will automatically erase for you. And we're going to do the same thing over here. So as we mentioned, and there shouldn't be any gap. So we will do the same thing. We're gonna draw a line over here. So we are making sure where we have to put the wall, and we will follow the lines, the red lines, which will go vertical. And we will just, by pressing delete, our wall will be ready. So this is going to be our toilet, this part. So since the window is 1.5 meters up, then it starts. By that reason, what we have to do is, let's imagine this is going to be 2 meters from the ground, but we will cover some part that I will show you how, so you don't have to worry about it. For example, as you can see, and our window will close somewhere from here. So we will just draw a line from here. Make sure we are following the lines, and what we will do from here, it should be let's say 1.5 meter up. So let's find the point we made, and we will delete this area. As you can see now, the toilet window would be something like that. So we will do the same thing over here. So what we will do, for example, let's say 1.20, and we will, first of all, we have to pull the window structure, which is 2 meter. Same here. It's going to be the same over here, same over here. Then from 120, I believe we made 120, yep. And we will go 0.50 up. I'll just simply give it the dimension. So from here we will close the area just like that. As you can see, our 2 windows are already. Now we will go for the next step, which is making handrails. Let's finish the other windows that we have over here. This is going to be 2 meters. Because of the pitch roof is a bit down, and that reason we have to make a little bit down. Let's give it 2.10 centimeter. So it will attach completely on the roof. And we will do the same over here, 2.10. Alright, we should close this part. I don't know why it's not closed, but as you can see, this part is also ready. So now let's make sure that this, now they're looking good. So for this part, we're gonna do the same thing. So what we have to do, basically writing 2.10, and we are having our windows. So now we're going to start by our handrails. It's going to be super easy, guys. I already made a line in 4 sides, so I will give just the dimension by pull and push. For example, it can be 1 meter or let's say 0.70. Now what we have to do is if you have different design, you can design them. For example, having a kind of arc window. For example, this part can be glass and this part can be a part of the building construction, or you just separate them in different way. So I would like to have it separate them in a different way. So let's start. For example, I give it 1 meter space. So I just don't feel that straight, but it should be straight. Let's give it a point from down port. For example, this port can be 1 meter, and from here can be 0.5 or 0.10 would be nice actually. Alright, 10 centimeter. Now what we have to do is we have to copy this side, and by Ctrl C just simply copy them and holding from the corner. This is the way we're going to make our balcony. Super easy, not even you don't have to waste your time and anything else. But for here we have to redraw them, or we have to rotate that part that we copy, which is taking time a little bit, but I recommend you to draw them. and this part is not having like much time to draw. It's just one part of the handrail. So that's it, they're ready. Now we have to design this part of our window. So it depends how you're gonna design them. For example, by making offset something like that, or simply something like that. You can pull it a little bit like that. It depends how you're gonna design it. For example, I want it to be something like that, and we're going to simply draw lines and making an offset just for the frame part. So now how we gonna add windows, and let's save the file before we do anything. So how we gonna save the files? So it's actually super easy, guys. You don't have to do much about them. For the next step, we are going to start by giving the details of the roof, and for example the colors or the glass part, and etc. And so I'm going to do this much over here, so the video will not be that much long, and for this part I will make it later by myself. But let's start it. So I didn't introduce one part of this tools that belongs to SketchUp. This part, what it does, actually, for example, the entity info, what it does, for example, if you want to see the details and the thickness of this window, by clicking on it, it will give you the information over here for making sure. But usually it's not be used, because you usually draw them accurate in a way you want them, so I'm pretty sure there wouldn't be anything wrong. So but anyways, if you really want to check some part of your drawings, you can check it from here. For the materials, it's very important. Now if you want to add materials, as you can see here, it's rooting glass and mirror. If you want to add it something like colors, for example, you can finding color over here, and it will give you different colors. You can add different colors. For example, if you want to do something on the roof, for example, you will go to the roof materials, which is called the roofing. So simply by clicking on a type of roof you want, it will exactly give you the roof. For example, there are different type of roofs, so however you prefer. So let's go with this one, which is one of my favorites. I usually use this kind of roof, but you can pick any kind of you like. So you can see it's already looking good. So this part is a part of the roof, that's why it's like that. It's supposed to be like that. So now let's add the glasses, which are important. So now we're going to have different glasses. For example, for the, let's say, add for the door something like that, and over here as well. Since this is a door, it's not a sliding door, so we will do it in a different way. As you can see, we got some opening here, so let's close them back. So if you forgot what kind of colors you use here, you can go to the pick the color by holding Alt and clicking on the material that you use. You will get exactly the color you want. For example, we had something like that over here, so let's add it. Or you can use for the toilet something else. For example, let's be something like that, so no one can able to see it, since it's a private part of the building. You can use different glasses. So for handrail, you have this type, or you can have something like that. Well, it depends. but I usually use this kind of colors for the handrail. And let's design them in a proper way. So how we gonna do it? It's just giving a kind of thickness or dimension to it. So you can go down, you can go up, however you guys like. I mean, depends on your design, how you're designing your villa. Let us know what you think. Should I pull them up or down? So I will keep going with this villa for a little bit of time. So make sure you're giving your idea about it. So let's give it a try over here as well. Let's add the door. It's one of the important part. So we have component, and the component, what it does, you make sure you have internet connection. While you're having internet connection, just by writing anything you want. For example, I want a door. So by searching in it, the SketchUp program will automatically bring you different type of doors. For example, what kind of door do I need over here? Let's say I need this door. Alright, by just clicking twice. Here guys, I have my door and the exact dimension I wanted, but what I have to do is I just have to rotate them. But by clicking and rotate, I already talked about how to rotate on the an object. It's super easy. So we will go click on the ground and just rotate them on the different sides. So we have it something like that. Now let's move them. So now since we moved this part, let's delete that. We should make an empty place before we add that. So how we gonna do it? Let's delete this two part and move it in exactly place we want it. So seems like I have some opening area because the door dimension was a little bit smaller than we expected, but it's okay. I mean, you can't find the dimension with the same dimension you want, but if you really need it. So let's delete this part and move it back. Also, you can search a handrail, for example, if you're looking for something ready, you can do it too by just clicking handrails here. You can literally get anything you want, trees, human scale, anything. This part really help you for the things you're looking. So make sure that you're going and use them properly. I really recommend you to use that part as much as you can. So we gave 0.70 for the handrail. 0.70. All right. Let's do it the same thing over here. So now let's give some space for it. For example, 1 meters. 10 cm, as we said before. By just pressing Ctrl V, it will repeatedly bringing it for you, so you don't have to redraw anything. But if you wanna paste it here, but what you have to do is you have to rotate the object. So if you wanna rotate it, it's fine, you can rotate them, but make sure that you rotate them in a correct way. For example, I wanna put it over here, and let's rotate it again for this point as well. So for this part, we really don't need it, but from here we can draw another line. So let's design them. They all should be in the same design so your building looks much better. So now we have to give it a column over here. So we will go to the surface. Let's fill the blank. I don't know what's wrong. It's not. I believe there is an opening here. That was the reason. Alright, let's just draw a triangle on the down port. It will make our work much more easier. Let's delete the dimension because we don't need it anymore. So let's find the guidelines, which is the blue one. I'm just trying to find the blue lines. It's 2 meters. We have to draw 2 meters from here. Sometimes it's a little bit confusing. Now let's give our column. Let's say it should be to 30 to 40 or 20 to 47 would be much nicer. And we will copy the same thing for the other side. So let's select all of them because we want all of the part. So it's important to have the all part of the structures. So now let's see if we have the right dimension, if a human can pass. Now it looks much better. So, and let's give the materials for the balcony part. Now let's give color for this part as well. For this part, there's supposed to be nothing. Let's close them back. So how we gonna just select, then we will have not a problem. I believe we have an opening over here. So let's make sure that they're closed completely. It really doesn't matter. Let's keep it that way. So as you can see, our building is almost ready. So now what we have to do is now let's color them in a way we want it. Let's delete the extra lines which we don't need them. Well, then on the materials we go to on color. For example, a part of my building over here would be something like that. It really doesn't matter for now because I am just trying to show you how to work on materials as well. But if you want to design it properly, you can use different colors. For example, since I don't have it, usually I use in black and red and gray, but for a villa I don't know, so let's say something like that. Okay guys, that's going to be that's it for this video. For the next video I will add human scales garage park, and I will try to put some tree vegetation and make it a more interesting. Make sure you subscribe and turn on your notification bells. I will post as soon as I can, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it helps you. If it did, make sure you like. If you have any idea or comments, and just let me know overall what do you think. I hope you see you on the next video. Have a great day. Bye.